recorded by like, I don't know, 15 seconds. And it should, I texted to you.
And it's called what? Thou shalt not want?
No, hey, where to go? Hold on.
What?
Ah,
This
let
thing.
me, hold on. Ah, where to go?
I got it. I found it. Esperanza.
Oh, it
I'm on.
shouldn't be, I should not want though. It should be, oh yeah, Esperanza was your girlfriend.
Yeah, that was first. That was first. So I'm supposed to fast forward it to somewhere. We're live right now, so I mean, what's the deal?
Ah!
Right, in case you haven't figured it out, we want to welcome you to the. I kind of added an all inclusive because I wanted to grab that AI stuff, right? All inclusive random ask topics with LaDonna Raeh and my buddy MC. Sucker MC. What's up? And look,
What's going on?
today's theme is right here. What part? 15 seconds? Where?
Yeah, I would probably say about 15 seconds.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, see, you're moving and we can't hear the music.
Run.
I don't know.
I wasn't expecting that, Mike. You're
Yeah,
supposed to hear what's going on. You can't hear it?
I was just supposed to start moving also. And then, the audience is like, what are they dancing to? Is
Well,
this something wrong with my computer?
I don't think you can hear it. They can hear it. Let me make sure. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hold on.
Trust me, the production value is going to get so much better as we go along.
Oh, this is it. Raw TV. I jumped up. I put on a wrinkled shirt. There's no makeup. My hair is sitting on the dresser. That's it. Yeah, I think they'll hear it. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Wish you can hear it. You know what? You can go to YouTube, Mike, and see if you hear it there. You hear it there? All right. So anyway, what do you
Let's go on with the show.
there's a lot of noise. So anyway,
Let's go on with the show.
oh, feedback. That's what happens when you play it out loud. It just gives you feedback, MC. I got to teach you about audio stuff. You're phenomenal in presentation, visual presentations. But in case you guys just tuned in, we are the Random Ask Topic Show, and last week we had a really deep conversation about black colleges, specifically black men colleges that have turned a little bit on the. Oh, I can't get my hat off, but if you notice my bill here, uh, I'm just honoring my hat that my dad gave me that he didn't want for whatever reason. It says choose love. And it looks like the colleges have done the same thing as of 2019. Morehouse College and all men's college that where you go in as one way and you come out as a Morehouse man. I was all excited to send my son there for a tour, and now I find out that they are accepting anyone who identifies as a man. Makes it very difficult, and I got some heated inbox messages. MC, I know you did too.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I got text messages, inbox messages, and people were just, sharing it, how they felt about it. And so it's kind of all over the place. So,
Yeah.
good topic last week.
Yeah,
Good
good
topic.
last week, and I'm still recovering. Okay. But this week, we're talking about how, Mike, you actually pointed this out to me. You said a lot of women say that they want to marry their best friend. Men say it too, but mostly women, right? Uh,
True.
I do remember saying this. I said, I want to marry my best friend, although my best friend is a girl. So I don't necessarily want to marry her. But if she were a guy with a mustache and, a big plans,
Yeah, right. Big plans.
then I would definitely marry her, right? Because she is thebomb.com. But watch this. Are you really ready to marry your best friend? What does that look like?
And do you provide the space for them to talk to you like they would their best friend?
Hmm.
You
No.
know, so if he came home from work or he came home from the gym and he said, "Goodness, I saw this woman with these yoga pants on and these and camel toe out there. It made me feel some kind of way." Is there space for him to say that?
Yeah,
Is there space?
I'm good with it. Although I don't like the term yoga pants. They're called leggings.
Someone else said that to me about a week or so ago, and so where did the term yoga pants come from then?
That was back
No,
in the when they were used for actually doing yoga. Now I just wear them because I got fat. So it's different now. It's leggings. Okay.
it's everyday wear now. So they just made a transition. So from the gym, they're yoga pants, but on the streets, they're leggings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get on with the convo though. So you said you want to tell your girl or your wife or your woman that, man, I was digging on this chick that had, because that's how you and your boys would talk. But can you actually do that with your significant other?
Right, and then even in the same context, right? If you're walking along with, your SO, and she says, "Wow, he really is. Wow, he's really handsome." Am I secure enough in my relationship to be able to say, "Yeah, he is," or am I gonna feel some kind of way because I think that she wants to go jump his bones? But can she talk to me like I'm her best friend? Prince kind of said it, and actually you said it at the top of an hour, when you said my female best friend, all she needs is a mustache, you know, and masculinity, and I can marry her. So that was the theme of the song. If I Was Your Girlfriend by Prince. Would you let me wash your hair? Can I cook you breakfast sometimes? Can I pick out your clothes for you? Would you run to me when somebody hurts you, even if the somebody was me? So he was really talking about the intimacy of a relationship and saying,
See who?
can Prince, can I be as close to you as your girlfriend is to you? You tell her the secrets that no one else knows. You confide the hurts even when I was the one that caused the pain. Can we be that close? Can I be your best friend? So I don't think that we really understand what we're saying when we say we want to marry our best friends. Do we provide that space? You know,
But see, I do want to marry my best friend. I want my guy to be, I want to be a free spirit, right? Now, be careful when you say that nowadays. I'm not trying to be a free spirit where I'm fluid. I'm trying to be a free spirit where I can say what's on my mind and not be judged or not be assumed to be a cheater or not be assumed that I'm trying, like I have a flirtatious personality. Okay. And I want to be able to sit at the table, not be disrespectful because it's all in how you do it, and say,
correct.
man, did you see the muscles on that dude? They're not as big as yours, baby, but he's trying. I want to be able to have those open conversations. Nothing has to happen, and still be able to laugh about it. I just picture it differently as we move forward in our generation of dating at this stage in our lives, because a lot of people are just getting a little bit too touchy just because your eye went in another direction. Like I said, it's how you do it. I'm not saying you got to turn all the way around and like, dang, I didn't know you were the exorcist, but
Right.
include your significant other, or as you say, your SO. I had to look that up. Your SO in the moment.
And I think that we would be crazy to believe that our SOs don't have urges, that they don't have things that they think about, And so the idea being, is there a space where I can communicate that to you? What if I say that, hey, every time I see a redhead, I get turned on, or there's just something about them. Maybe that's a conversation we can unpack, and I don't know. Maybe that opens up the relationship to role playing. Maybe it opens up the relationship to I'll put on a red wig.
Got two of them. I got two. I got two. I
And
got red, auburn, gray. I don't wear the gray one because I got actual gray hair now. Yeah. But
Yeah,
if
I
you
have gray hair too.
you want to grind granny, baby, I got you covered.
But I'm saying, it's about, I guess to me, it's about, can we truly have open relationships without you believing that they want to leave you, they want to cheat on you, they don't appreciate you. And I go back to what you said. There's a respectful way to say things, right? And there's a respectful way to have these conversations. But I don't think that a lot of people even allow for that space. I was prior to our show, I was gingerly speaking to a variety of different people about our show topic. And one of my pastoral friends, he said, I didn't marry my best friend. He said,
Apparently,
I did. Right. He said, I didn't marry my best friend. We weren't there when we got married. He said, we grew into it. Right. So
oh,
he said,
I thought you were gonna say he was expecting to marry Jesus or something like that. But go ahead. Okay.
no, no, no. And so he said the other day, they were walking down the street and he saw this woman and he said, man, she got a big old booty. And his wife was like, do you think it's a BBL? I mean, or do you think it was naturally grown? Or, and they began to debate and they had this jovial laughter between them as they went back and forth, and they laughed about it and everything. And he said, we couldn't have had that same conversation 10 years ago. We could not have had that same. He said, so we had to grow into it, you know. And so in that case, their marriage was not the I want to marry my best friend, because by his own admission, they weren't best friends. They were in love. They had a relationship, but they weren't best friends.
I think that's
So
I think that's an issue. You should always the order of relationship should, and it often isn't, start off with friendship. If you start off with friendship, it is possible to marry your best friend. But if you starting off with jumping bones and licking your lips, where's the friendship piece?
talk about it.
I'm just saying. More often than not, that does not happen. You cannot. It's almost impossible to marry your best friend unless you actually marry your best friend. You guys are watching pretty much off the cuff here, random ass topics, and today's topic is: can you handle marrying your best friend if that opportunity presents itself, and or can you become what a best friend would look like to your significant other? Are you open now, Mike? I just want to let everybody know in the audience, you had said open relationship. I know you weren't talking about an actual open relationship. You were talking about a relationship. Look, we got to clear it up today. You were talking about an actual relationship where you can be open in the communication. Okay. Recently, I was presented with a set of questions that people were asking about open relationships and things of that nature. And I was blown away because was not I didn't grow up with those ideals. I always pictured me and my guy and our kids, and we're married. And then, of course, it didn't happen that way. I ended up with me and this guy and this guy, and I had two babies by two different baby daddies. I used to cover that up and not talk about it, but that's my life. It's my narrative. I raised those two boys by myself, but I had to be careful with who I brought around them and what I showed them a relationship looks like. It was difficult because I was a young mother. But watch this. I never envisioned myself being in a anything other than a monogamous relationship. And as I got older in my late 30s, I do mean late 30s, I started hearing people having these different type of demands like polygamy, polyamorous, or you know what I'm trying to say. I can't even.
Polyamorous, polyamorous relationships.
Is that yeah that too? Um, and I just can't. My mind doesn't even take me there. Now, do I believe that every man and woman should only be with one person? In my world, I would love for it to be that way. But what does that look like when you have certain people in African tribes that where women have several husbands, or certain men in other religions and communities and cultures that have multiple wives, and now the adopted polyamory that goes on here in the United States, whether no matter what color you are, but you got these sister wives. I ain't heard about these brother hubs, but I would like to see how that goes. It just sounds like a lot of work to me because there's only so many areas that can be penetrated. Yep, I said it.
You know, I've had that question asked to me numerous times. Let me say it like this. Because I understand that I have a duty, obligation, and responsibility to take care of whatever is under my roof. Yeah, I don't have time for two, three, four women, five women. I don't care if they call themselves sister wives. That's two, three, four, five women to please. Two, three, four, five women to have an obligation to. You know what? Most men can't handle one. They and they're working on trying to get it right with one. So yeah, to each his own. To each his own. I don't really get down with that.
Well,
I'm on the minds.
there's enough for you to go around, don't you think? I'm sorry.
We're gonna have that conversation offline. So anywho, so anyway,
Uh-huh. So
so
my
here.
go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No,
I
no, I'm sorry.
just don't forget choose love. Okay. Just choose love.
So here's my question though. If you did not marry your best friend, and some of these concepts that we're talking about, um, how do you create that space, and then how do you get to a point where you're non-judgmental? Because I've heard men have conversations where the reason that they don't speak about certain things that are going on with them to their spouse, to their girlfriend, to their SO, is because there have been repercussions such as you need to man up, you need to act right, or you're acting like a punk. And so that type of phrasing will make a man recoil and not speak to you about his most intimate moments, not speak to you about his vulnerabilities. Because I used to say that when I go out in the world, I got to be a hero. I got to fight demons, and I got to fight the evils of the world that are trying to knock me off my square, cause me to quit my job, or cause me to do something stupid. And by the time I get home, I want to take my mask and my cape off because I don't feel like being a hero anymore. And so when you take that mask and cape off, now all of a sudden you're vulnerable. You don't have on your superhero costume anymore. And so when you take that off, can you be that vulnerable person? Can you be that person that can speak, freely, that can express yourself, that can talk about the hurts of that day or talk about the victories of the day without having to be judged, or without having to your manhood questioned, because I put that sword down and now I'm just at home being with you, and
First of all, you took your cape off too soon. Some of you are married to the enemy. That's the villain. Okay. The one that you come home to is the one you got to fight. Hi, I've been married before and I was taking my cape off at the door. So was he. I put my cape back on, okay, in the house. You have to keep the Superwoman boots on, bracelet, Wonder Woman, mix it up, okay? Superwoman, Wonder Woman, all of them. Storm, okay? I had the hair going. That was the problem. I thought I could take it off at the door, in the garage, even. No, bring it with you. Go to bed with it on. Okay, at that moment, you actually know that this is probably not the relationship that you can be yourself in. Do you stay? Do you go? Do you have a conversation? You said something just now. How do you become? How can you become your significant other's BFF? And I think that communication is the key. Now, when people start crying and getting upset, then maybe they didn't hear you properly. Got to say it, go in again. Okay. Maybe a different way, and make sure that they understood what you were trying to say before drawing the conclusion that you just can't have these conversations. But it is very important to communicate with your spouse or your significant other, because I learned the hard way that maybe my approach was off. Uh, it was the guy I was married to. But go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry, MC.
Okay, so let me put this up for consideration. I think that when we begin dating someone, so this is along the path of how do we begin to make somebody our best friend, right? So when we meet someone, right, we begin to get to know them. We learn their idiosyncrasies. We learn what makes them laugh, what brings them joy. We begin to find out all the stories of their past, and and what made them into who they are today, right? Whether it was falling off of a bike, traveling around the world, things that happened with their parents and stuff. And so we get to the point where we believe that we love them, right? And we love them because of all the stories that we've heard that made them up into who they are today, right? And so then two or three things, well, at that point, we begin to move forward in our relationship because now we're together. Now we're at the point of I love you. And I think that what the problem that a lot of people have is that we want to hold people at the point of I love you, hold them to who they were when I love you. When here's the reality: when we're together and we say I love you, we begin to develop in three different distinct ways. One, we're going to grow together and develop because of our shared experiences, because of movies that we watch, debates that we have, the news that we view, the places that we travel to. Those things become shared experiences, and those things bring us together even closer, right? But then there's two other areas where we continue to develop, and this is where a lot of people begin to fall apart because we've frozen a person at the point of I love you, and so he's going to go off to work. And he's going to have experiences and conversations. Maybe his job begins to send him around the world, right? Maybe she goes back to school and she gets some school friends. And so she's establishing relationships there and she's learning things at school. And so this is when we begin to hear people saying, we grew apart. She's moving on without me. He has new friends, and it's because of his workplace. When the reality is, what should be happening is, when you got to the point of I love you, a huge chunk of I love you dealt with things that happened before you even met them. It happened because of things that the way that they developed and experiences that they had before they even knew you. And see, you became excited about those things. You were happy to hear about those things. You celebrated those things. And so now that we're together, these experiences that she's having outside of when you guys are together, and these experiences that he's having outside of when you two are together, when you come back together, you should be celebrating those. You should be just as excited to hear about those things as you did when you guys first started dating. You should be happy to hear about the way that they're developing outside of when you two are together and developing and having shared experiences. She should be happy to hear about the things that are happening to him at school and what he's learning and how excited that he is. Because think about this. When we have children, our children go off to school and then they come home and they tell mommy and daddy all the things that they've learned, and we're excited to listen to them. We hear what they learned in school and when they went to the museum and stuff. And those are all things that happened when they weren't with us.
Okay,
but when we
but okay, I see going, but and you're still going. So go ahead, because we only got.
And I'm about to land this. Okay. But my point is, how do we make people into our best friends, right? No. I will land my plane when I get ready. How do we make our SOs into our best friends? We continue to celebrate who they are even when they're not with us. And we don't use it as a form of jealousy. We don't succumb to the fear that they're going to grow without us, they're going to leave us, they're going on beyond us. We celebrate how they're continuing to develop even when they're not with us. And I believe that a lot of people miss that. I've landed my raggedy plane.
Oh, Jesus. Your plane wasn't raggedy, but it did sound like you were a pastor for a moment. That's why I wanted to. I mean, I was waiting on the and you gotta
Y'all put up my Cash App. I'm taking offerings. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. Cash App. So I just really want to thank everybody for tuning in. We want to do these short and sweet on our random ass topics, and this is an opportunity for you guys to tell us topics that you come up with, because I was Heck, I'll come up with something like how to hang your curtains so that you can get longer sleep because of the blackout panel on the back. Exactly. Topics like that. But no, seriously, think about it. If you are having these random ask thoughts, then give them to us as random ask topics. Okay. All inclusive, established in 2023. Make sure you subscribe. It's on the LaDonna Raeh Show on YouTube, but I think we're gonna go Roku this thing. You never know. Netflix might be calling. Somebody could just call me just a few minutes ago, but it was unknown, so maybe it wasn't Netflix. But Mike, where can they find you, Mr. MC, on social media?
I'm underneath the same handle no matter where you go. It's MC Pearson Senior. MCPEARSONSR. It's not hard to find me. And I talk the same talk even on all my platforms.
Yeah. Yes, I know this. It can be a little draining.
Wow.
I- I'm just kidding. You know what, guys? Mike and I have been friends for 8 years, is it?
I think it has been.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think 8 years. We started off as he started off as my mentor when I went into a partnership to open up a business, and I have been like we've been like brother and sister ever since. It's just ridiculously crazy. But for those of you that want to follow me, don't worry about it. You're not missing it. You don't have to. Okay, wait,
They should. They should.
wait. Uh, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay, quit playing. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's LaDonna Raeh Show. Each and every week, you'll see something that is going to really tantalize your brain. I'd like to think because these are actual topics that I have with actual people. So we'll just bring it to the show and protect their privacy and mine. You never know.
You
All
never
right.
know.
Yep. So that's the end of today. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening and watching. They never clap when I need them to. All of those amen topics and subjects you were saying, I needed them to go, yes, that's right. Nothing. We got crickets. I got a sound effect for that. But check us out next week. Again, we're going to be talking about hanging curtains and sleeping longer. I'm just kidding.
No, no, no.
Hey, gosh, I'm just kidding. All right. So my MC,
Yo,
take us out of
thank you,
here.
everybody. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. We're going to be back next week. Listen, if you heard anything that you like, you want to hear something that we're going to talk about, put it in the comments. We do go back and review them. And, we're going to get down next week. Come on back now. Peace. We
Who?
out.
No, no.
You know what? I have an assistant. I can have her go back and do it.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Have her review my stuff too, because
Yes, yes. Kai, do you hear that? You now have a new job.
I'm just kidding. All right, y'all. Thanks, Ilse.
Peace.